Tapu, assalamu alaikum, namaste, Harun Nefer. This is Qesankh Keperu with another exciting video for you. In this video, we're going to be talking about Herukhuti, is the warrior spirit within you. But before I get into that, I want you to hit the like button on this video. That's very, very important. And if this is your first time to my channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I go live and when I upload recorded videos. If you'd like to know more about my spiritual teachings, you can scroll down below and click on one of the 4 ebooks. They're free. You can download them today and start reading. If that is not enough and you just still want more, as Gordon Gekko said in Wall Street, greed is good. You can become a Patreon supporter for as little as $1, $5, or $20 per month. You'll get exclusive access to instructional videos on the esoteric, videos that will teach you how to meditate, proper breathing exercises, how to contact your ancestors, how to do astral projection, how to do your own oracle readings, how to do self-hypnosis. And if you are an Osir level supporter, you'll get all your oracle readings for free. So become a Patreon supporter today. Last but not least, share this video with family and friends so we can get the revolution started. So, Harun Nefer, Grand Rising, may Buddha bless you. I'm here today to say Happy New Year, Happy 2023. Yes, 23 in the I-ching, the book of changes, the Chinese oracle system. 23 is separation from the bad. Check it out. Get your I-ching book. And never forget that the ancient Chinese people, the original Chinese people, were the Nak people, and they were dark-skinned black people from Africa. They also started the martial arts. But let's get into the subject matter here. You know, I was partying. Yes, I was. I was partying, I admit it. But the strangest thing keeps happening to me. And before it was entertaining, now it's downright upsetting me, upsetting my person. I went to a Christmas party and just complimented this guy on his suit. And then he pats me on the back and then starts to feel me up. And I'm like, hold on, bro. No, you can't be touching the merchandise. This thing ain't for free, you know? So I let it go. Some other brothers would have knocked him out, but I was very lighthearted, like my aunt, about it. Then I went to Omnia Club for New Year's. And then I see this amazing, beautiful woman that I manifested because I wanted a girl that looked like Audrey from Parks and Recreation. I know she's quirky looking. I think she plays the role of April. So I reached out my hand to touch her hand so that we could embrace. And some guy at the same time was reaching his hand out for his gay lover. And we kind of clashed hands and I pulled back. And from some strange reason, he thought I was reaching for his hand. And he was like, oh, sorry, I'm taken. But then he patted me on the chest and said, but you're beautiful and I love you. And I was like, whoa, hold the phone. I was reaching for this goddess over here. And I spent the rest of the night trying to avoid the guy too. And this continually happens at clubs. And I think it's because when you start working with the mantras, like Hedaru mantra for love and attraction, you just become just so scrumptious that no one can resist you, male, female, whatever. Now, I was saying that, okay, I'll deal with this now, but when it crosses over to animals, that's when I'm going to go to red alert. But it's become annoying now, so I have to stop something going on. I don't know. Somebody, a friend of mine, she said, because I have style in the way I dress when I go out. I said, "Oh, is that it? Oh, okay. I didn't know, I don't know, but something's got to give because I'm just out looking for the ladies, you know." But anyway, let's talk. And I'm going to talk about something that is a very serious subject. But before I go into that, a lot of you have signed up for oracle readings, and you're going to get those readings. I am going to schedule time with each and every one of you so we can cover those readings. All right, because 2023 is upon us. So let's find out what's in store for us. I just now had a meeting with my mentor, and he did my readings, and they were great. They were great. So it was a lot of interesting stuff he revealed for me. But let's get real here. And I want to tell you something. All right. There is a term I use called coping mechanisms. Now, what is coping mechanism? That's anything that you hang on to prevent you from achieving an objective. All right. I just, I'm doing a lot of research on things. And I was researching Haiti, after the Haitian Revolution with Toussaint Louverture, which he's the leader, did a fantastic job. But the world governments made sure that Haiti paid a dear price. They introduced cholera into Haiti. They manufactured earthquakes. Bill and Hillary Clinton pretended to set up houses and stole a bunch of money, allegedly. I first and foremost, I want you to understand that the oligarchy, they have the power through CERN to control the weather. Sorry about that. To control the weather. So when there are earthquakes and tornadoes that hit these so-called third world countries, those are manufactured, those are done on purpose. Haiti is in just a state of disarray. There's no government there. There's no schools functioning. They can't get petroleum. They the housing situation. They're living in garbage huts. It is appalling. Their situation. Many are trying to escape and cross over to the Dominican Republic or come to America, but they're getting deported. And we know that this is a racist policy of the United States because anytime the Cubans want to come in, they let them. But if the Haitians want to come in, they can't. Same with the Coptic. I'm sorry. Same with the Black Jews. Can't get into Israel. Can't get sanctuary. But here's the deal. By the way, we're going to Brazil for Carnival in February for the World Passport Bros. If you want to come, just go to the website World Passport Bros. Sign up. You can also sign up for a membership in World Passport Bros. It's free, and it'll keep you updated on the travel schedule. So if you're not able to make Brazil in February, we'll be going to Japan, China, Philippines, and all the other great places. But I want you to understand, as I travel and I'm seeing the conditions that are in these places, these third world countries, in Nigeria especially, with them being Jesus freaks, worshiping the white man. They can't get enough of that. UK, some woman got on their knees and crawled to Prince Charles. What kind of nonsense is that? But you see, I'm going to bring you the real deal, and you'll get this information nowhere but here. Did you hear me? You will get this information nowhere but here. All right. You see, when you're dealing with things like the CIA, they consider it a matter of national security to oppress these third world countries. See, majority of these countries that you've seen had these psychopathic leaders like so-called Idi Amin, you know, and many of them are psychopathic and some are not. You know what I mean? But this is what the United States does, and they will never tell you this, but they know they have to do this in order to have reigning superiority over every other country, is to oppress those third world countries and take advantage of the national resources, to get these countries in debt to the World Bank, so these countries can never build an infrastructure that supports their people, that educates their people. You see, most of these countries, Venezuela, all of them have puppet leaders who have been put in place by the United States. Their prime directive is to do what? Do nothing to uplift the native population. Do not create jobs, do not create infrastructures, do not build housing, do not build education facilities. Do nothing. Use the billions and billions of dollars that are in the bank for your own purpose. But whatever you do, keep the country from becoming self-sufficient and independent. And you will see leader after leader in these countries in Africa have nothing but sick dictators who do nothing but rape the banks for their own personal usage. And if these leaders decide not to go along with the United States plan, they become assassinated. They get assassinated, or there is a coup. Who's orchestrating all of this? The very country you live in, the United States. Because to afford the luxurious life that you lead, and you do lead a life of luxury, because many in these third world countries have to walk miles to makeshift schools, to get water, to get adequate food. They have no transportation. They live in garbage heaps. There's no employment. There's no jobs. The United States have raped and pillaged these countries to a point where you must say it's evil what they have done. And if you think, well, it's just that Black people aren't smart, they can't come together and build things. There is a system in place, an infrastructure in place that prevents that, but that prevents the collective coming together to improve the whole, because they put you in such abject poverty that you don't even make or they don't even make $1 a week. Then they introduce drugs. Then they introduce weapons. And then they foster gangs. Because if the population is divided and fighting against each other, ooh, they love that. The cabal loves that. Faction after faction. They support 2 or 3 factions within the country so that those factions can fight each other, and they can never come together to vote for an adequate political leader. They can never come together to fix the country. They couldn't fix it if they wanted to, because the United States have made them in debt, and they must pay off that billions of dollars before they can even think about building an infrastructure. That's what Haiti, they're making Haiti pay for winning the Haitian Revolution. Haiti has no money. Haiti doesn't even have a president right now. They have a so-called interim president that was appointed by the United States. Do you know what I'm saying? And we, by default, are supporting it. This is the coping mechanism. You see, you have your what's it called? The Pan-Africanness, the ADOS, the Freedmen, the what have you, the YouTube influencers who talk about, oh, black man, you shouldn't be dating a white woman. Your con artist, Umar Johnson, lots and lots of con artists in the black community, put there by the government. And all we do, the YouTube influencers have their channel, I'm talking about the black ones. And all we do is talk, 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 talk. It is the paralysis of analysis. We overanalyze the problem and keep talking about it over, whether it be racism or the gender war. But we never organize. We never take direct action. Who's running the government? Certainly Biden isn't. He's loony. Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo. He doesn't know where he's at. He can't walk a straight line. He shakes hands with invisible people. Kamala is an imbecile. They keep her away from the cameras because every time she talks, she's incoherent. You don't know what this woman is talking about. But you voted for these people because they pulled the okey doke on you. They made you fear the other candidate when you should have been fearing Biden and Kamala. And I'm going to tell you the most dangerous thing that's happening now is that we don't know who is in control of our government. It is not Biden. It is not imbecilic, the dunce, Kamala. So who's running the government? You know who's running the government? The hidden hand. Because Biden can't walk down 5 stairs without falling. This is a shame. This is a shame. And the coping mechanisms you use, every time that we see something in these third world countries where it's so appalling, like in Haiti and in Nigeria or wherever, we say, God's going to deal with those white people. No, he's not. God is not going to deal with them. It is Herukhuti, the warrior spirit within you. God gave you that faculty, the warrior spirit within you, to go to war. And you don't recognize that you are in the wrong phase. You see, there's different phases you go through. There's a phase of analysis. There's a phase of planning. There's a phase of action. We are beyond the analysis of paralysis. We are beyond the planning stage. At this stage, we should be at war. We all should be Herukhuti going into battle. But we've been in the planning stage for decades. People still walking around talking about Malcolm and Martin and Garvey. That time has passed. You now need to understand guerrilla warfare. You need to be reading up on that. You need to get the book, The Spook Who Sat by the Door. It is time for war. And you're having these coping mechanisms where you go to the Christian church. You say, God will deal with them. God's going to make it right. And God is saying, look, I gave you everything. I gave you all my power. You make it right. I gave you Aset. I gave you Ma'at. I gave you Sebek. I gave you Hederu. I gave you Haru, I gave you Tuhuti, my infinite wisdom. I gave you Sekar, my awesome spiritual power. And then you sit there and you just cry for help. Don't you know who you are? You're a god. And if these people have transgressed, if these people are doing evil upon the earth, it is up to you to stop them. But all you do is you go to your church, you go to your rap concerts, your sports events, and you enjoy them. And you take part in them. You celebrate them because it makes you forget who you are and the situation that's going on in the world. So you are just as evil as them. I told you in many broadcasts, stop listening to rap music, stop caring about these sporting events and these athletes who take their money and use it to make it rain at the pole dance, strip club. But never, never do we organize. No one's organizing. No one's doing anything. This is why they're getting worse. You see, the ruling elite, the cabal, realize you're not going to do anything. You're going to just hang on to your coping mechanisms, which is your weed, your rap music, your Jordan, but you're never going to stand up and be a warrior. You see, you know who Herukhuti is? Herukhuti is Haru to the extreme. Haru becomes Herukhuti, the warrior, and then he fights at Benhutet. He fights Set at Benhutet. You're not even at the Haru stage. You're at the head of Haru stage. You're at the party stage. You're partying too much. You're investing in your coping mechanisms. You're not organizing. Everyone should either be a part of an organization for freedom or starting one. And you talk about irrelevant things that make no sense. I don't care about the little Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion and if she got shot or who she shot. I don't care if you don't like the fact that Kamala has a white husband or that so-and-so has a white wife. It's inconsequential. The main thing is that you go to war because these people have already declared war on you. And you're still analyzing, well, let me say that right. You're still in the paralysis of analysis. You're still overanalyzing the problem. And you're talking about it and you're regurgitating and you're talking and talking and talking. You want to know who's a great master of this? He's Sebek, the great lip service, Farrakhan. I never used the words honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I say just Farrakhan. He, for decades, had been running his mouth. And with an organization, as he claims, so powerful, done nothing. Done nothing. Done nothing. Just run his mouth. Try to give a passionate speech, and everybody claps. This is a time for action. It's like you're building a building, right? And no, let's put it this way. It's like you're building a house. And you go to this couple and you agree to build their house and they pay you money. They pay you about $300,000 to build their house. And you keep coming back showing them floor plans or plans for the roof, plans for the walls. Keep coming back, showing them more plans, more plans. And eventually I say, you've been showing us plans for 2 years. When are you going to start building? When are you going to build? When are you going to get your hands dirty? Yeah, yeah, well, look, just let me show you this plan for the bedroom. Another plan for the bedroom? Well, I changed it up because I had a bathroom in the bedroom, but I took that out because I think I got something better. And on and on and on. And there's no progress made. And yet you cry oppression. You cry racism. You don't have the right to cry racism. You don't have the right to cry oppression because you're doing nothing about it. You're doing nothing about it. If you were doing something about it, it would be all over the news. It is so bad that you have allowed other groups to usurp your position. Asians have got a bill. The LGBTQ community's got a bill. Got money. Mexicans got money. Native Americans got money. But they won't give you money. And what do you do when they just said, like Biden says, I'm not going to do anything, or Kamala Harris says, I'm not going to do anything to help African Americans? What do? You vote for them. Does that make any sense? Does it make any sense? You will do more to support your favorite basketball team, your famous rap star, than you'll do to stop racism. How much money have you poured into Jordans? How much money have you poured into buying the latest track from a well-known artist? How much money have you paid into buying season tickets? You've made these people, these individuals, wealthy, and the money never goes to help the cause of Black people. Never. Never. And the closest thing that we came to doing something which was laughable was we took a knee. We should have done a lot more of that. We should have taken some blood. These people have blood on their hands. What they have done and are doing is beyond evil. And instead of you organizing with your people to stop them, you pour money into movies, Xboxes, things that keep your mind occupied. Never do you buy video games on guerrilla warfare strategy. I don't even think they sell them. Why not make them and distribute them and teach every young kid tactics of overthrowing a racist and unjust society? Prisons are full of Black people to the point where it's embarrassing. They know there's a disproportionate number of Black people in jail in comparison to white people, specifically Black men. But what do? We don't do anything. We don't do anything. All these rappers talking about, it's about getting paid, getting money. They don't care about you. All they care about is their pockets. Their pockets. They just want money for their lifestyle. They're corrupt, egotistical, selfish, and work for the system. When are you going to get off your ass and become Herukhuti and say enough is enough? I'm fighting for my people. I admire the IRA. I mean, I think it's wrong that they kill innocent people. But they are willing to stand up for their cause. Has everything that they've done been correct and right? No, it hasn't. But I admire in principle them having the courage to stand up for their cause. I admire the Americans who died in the Civil War, who died for their cause, whether North or South. But we, talking about us dying for our cause? No, that's not going to happen. You wouldn't get us to give up a Saturday to do something for our cause, let alone die for it. That's not going to happen. We are a long way from building pyramids, having land of our own, having what we called Wall Street, Black Wall Street, because our mindset is so twisted and perverted and lazy and asleep. We at this point should be willing to die for our freedom. We at this point should be ready to go to war. They have done enough to declare war against us, and we just analyzing it, talking about it. Whenever there is a racial incident, you'll notice how the Minister Farrakhan comes out and has to say something. You'll notice how Umar Johnson has to run his big mouth. I don't need you to talk about this problem. We already know the problem. I need you to say, I declare war. And please don't get it twisted. I'm not talking about getting arms, firearms, or whatever, and military outfits and going up there and storming the Capitol. That's not going to work because they have such sophisticated stuff. They'll annihilate you before you even get like before you get anywhere, even out your door. So I'm not talking about the physical war. I'm talking about a war of the mind, a war of the heart. And they have been feeding Black people corrupt ideas, principles, to where the majority of Black people are just messed up. They're corrupt. I'm going to say it again. The majority of Black people are corrupt because we have been fed a steady diet of sick and twisted principles and ideology. What it's the culmination of just sitting there listening to rap all day. No value. The lyrics have no value whatsoever. And you watching the sports doesn't enhance your life, does nothing for you. You go out there and you play basketball. That does nothing for you. Go to your oracle if you have one and ask God, what do you need to do to become a warrior for the cause? That's the question. And let God tell you how you're going to fight this war. That's how you do it. Because we have too many crazy, idiotic black nationalists who think they're going to organize and do something against, I don't know, this white man who I don't know who they're talking about, the white man. You need to identify more than that. Just saying the white man is a generalized statement, could apply to any white man. You've seen these men and women, Black Panthers, marching down the street with their military outfits and their assault weapons. Dumbass fools. Then posting pictures all over Facebook and social media as if somebody needs to fear them. Do me a favor, go deal with Carolyn Bryant, who was responsible for Emmett Till's death. You so big and bad. Go deal with her. Go deal with, what's his name? George Zimmerman. Oh, no, you're not big and bad then, are you? Oh, no. Nation of Islam talks big and bad when it comes to attacking other black men, but when you talk about them dealing with this I don't know, white man, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. And stop generalizing. When you say white man, who are you talking about? Because when you're dealing with real military tactics, you pick your targets. Name those targets. Are they generators? Are they weapons, armory storage? Like, what are your targets? Stop saying the white man. You know? Start using your brain. But we're not at that level yet. This is wishful thinking. To think that we are strategic enough to start getting out there and doing something. Because when I take an audit of all these influencers, black influencers or social media, 99.9% of them aren't doing anything for the cause, but just talking because it feeds their ego. They have low self-esteem. So having a channel makes them feel good. But then when you ask them to actually take part in the revolution, they're like, oh, but well, ah. So I want you to stop talking about the revolution because it's laughable. Stop talking about it because you're not going to do anything, really. It's just very funny. I mean, your channels are great and you make some good points, but you're just going to keep going around in a circle like a hamster on a wheel. When is that wheel going to stop and the hamster going to realize, I've been going around this circle for like ages. I think I need to stop and take decisive action. You know, you know how many people King Leopold killed in the Congo? What he did, he devastated African people. He just murdered them. Go back and research that. You need to get angry. You need to get angry so you can organize and do something actually. And at this point, it doesn't matter what you do, long as you do something. Vote out the president. Good. Do that. That's some action. Vote to put in prison the 3 women who ran BLM. That's good. Do that. Insist that the United States has until 2026 to put in place reparations. Or there will be mass boycotts. Yeah, do that. I don't care. But do something. Because you're not doing anything now. Tell the NBA or whatever that you're not going to go to their games anymore until racism and oppression are ended. Do that. Shake things up. Rattle the cages. Blow the trumpets. Signal so we can be heard near and far. We're at war. Sorry, Black actors, we're not going to your films anymore unless you demand that Hollywood helps us in this ending this oppression. It's always, if we all were to start on that path, that could make a sweeping change. A sweeping change for the better. Those little things go a long way. If we just started on that course, wow. Are you ready to do this? Are you ready to become Herukhuti? Are you ready to become a warrior? Or you just want to sit there and just lead your same old life? I understand you're afraid. But everybody who has gone to war or participated in a revolution has been afraid. But that's not supposed to stop you. You can recognize that fear and say, okay, yeah, I'm afraid, but I'm still moving forward. Listen, the mere fact that we collectively got together and started to move forward would devastate them, would freak them out, because that would shock them. They would never have anticipated that. So what is it going to be? What is it going to be? Thank you, Mercure Law, for your $5 super chat. Much appreciated. All right. That's all I have to say. That you've just got to be Herukhuti right now. That's the only phase we're in. That's the only thing that can be done. They have transgressed against our people and our lands to such a degree that there's no coming to the table to negotiate or talk. There is no time for that, because you see, they know that they have a limited amount of time. So they have sped up their plan to remove us from the face of the earth. And they're doing it in a multifaceted approach. Chemicals in the food, poisoning the air, not assisting, not giving us adequate health care. All these things are meant to shorten your lifespan, to remove you from this planet. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's part of what they're doing. No, it's not a conspiracy, because if it's true, you're not a conspiracy theorist. You're a truth teller. Their plan is already set. They got to get you removed from this planet. They've already done it a lot with the beautiful sisters, because the beautiful sisters have already gone and eliminated 20 million aborted babies and 360,000 per year. They've poisoned our waters so that the men can't produce. They're introducing to the youth gender confusion. Well, your child gets to select his gender. You don't assign him a gender, because gender is a construct. That's against God. You have gone too far. You have gone too far. I remember I played that game. I declare war. Remember as a kid, you declare that game? It's time for that. Time to declare war. I want to thank you. Please hit the like button on this video. And if you if you're in a position to donate, please donate. This is Qesankh Ma Keperu, son of Ma'at and Tahuti. Ma'at is the beautiful goddess Heteru. Until my next video. Be Herukhuti. Go to war.